Well, it's summertime, and you know what that means. Babes in bikinis! Now, in all seriousness, today we will be looking at women. Pixelated virtual women. And since I am a classy fellow, I shall only select the finest examples of female prowess in video games, under my personal taste, of course. So that means no babes, no bimbos, and absolutely no overly sexually portrayed females in this video. That automatically excludes characters such as Lara Croft, Bayonetta, or Ivy. Okay, maybe one or two slutty looking ones. Now the rules are same as per usual. Picks only from games I've played and only one pick per franchise. And please do disagree with me on my choices. I encourage you to call me on my mistakes or how you would have picked someone else. But please keep it clean and cuss free. Now with that out of the way, let's roll! At number 15 is the red damsel, Blaze Fielding from the Streets of Rage games. This fine specimen of the female variety is a detective cop and dance instructor who can swing a mean punch and whose judo throw has saved her city multiple times from crime syndicates and their goons. She has a volunteering and determined personality, always ready to put her life on the line for duty and peace. She also happens to be the leader figure in Streets of Rage 3. Now that's quite something. At the time when this game came out, it was very hard to find a female leading character. Good for you, Blaze, for being a pioneer to your fellow female characters. Next on the list is Morgan Ainsland. Ainsland? Ainsland? Whatever. And she is one of the few eye candy picks you guys will get, so enjoy, guys. I don't think Morgan needs an introduction, but whatever, I'll indulge you. In the Stalker series, she is a succubus, and in actuality, she is named after a goddess of Celtic mythology that shares the same name with her. Now, with her being a succubus, she has very, let's say, attractive physical features, and a very skimpy and revealing outfit that helps bring out boobs! Oh, sorry, I don't know what came over. Bodacious tatas! Let me just go recompose myself. Now Morgan likes to use her trademark bat-like wings on her back and on top of her head. She can reshape these wings into spikes, blades, as well as a shield to protect herself. And her wings can also separate from her, forming a cloud of bats. She also happens to have a very unique backstory. Being born in 1678 in Scotland, and being the adopted daughter of a demon lord, she was born extremely powerful. So much that her power had to be sealed away. 1/3 to herself, another third to her adopted father, which is to be returned upon his death, and another third inside a pocket dimension. And this power, which eventually became a sentient being and became the other succubus of the Stalker series, that is, Lilith. Also, Morgan is one of Capcom's poster girls, and there is no one that knows video games that doesn't know who she is. Powerful, prideful, but also of gentle nature, it is an honor to have this member of Demon Aristocracy to take the 14th position.
Awesome rock on her though, true that.
Number 13 is Viola from Zone of the Enders. Every time I play this game, I'm always reminded of how big of a bitch she is. She starts off by killing her friends, then she's always trying to get you, and she's a complete sadist so much that she actually enjoys killing her victims, and she has this crazy, psychotic vendetta against you because you managed to beat her once. Sheesh! Later in the game, almost at the end, you fight her once again, and again, you manage to win. She then pleads you to kill her, but Leo, being the gullible, stupid kid that he is, spares her. This decision only comes to bite him in the ass, since a few seconds later, Viola exits her orbital frame and shoots your love interest. In your final showdown against her, when you finally beat her, your feeling of victory is short-lived. After you defeat her, Viola is dragged by the gravitational force of Jupiter, resulting in an impossible rescue attempt. And this next segment is why I chose her for this spot.
I have lost everything. I survived many battles. I lost my parents and my lover. I don't have the functions of a woman now. Even then, I have continued to live. Right. To survive was the only purpose to life. To survive is my life. In battle, there's a slight gap between life and death. Those who were killing were themselves dead a moment later. I killed innocent children and even my comrades to save myself. Soaking in their blood and eating their flesh, I managed to live this long. It is not a matter of my luck. It was only my vibrant power that kept me alive. I survived through my own strength. You ruined it for me. Who the hell are you? What am I inferior to you in? Have you ever experienced any hardship in your life? Your very existence itself denies mine.
You realize that she is not your enemy as much as she is just another victim of war. Staying alive was all that mattered to her. No matter what she had to do to live, she only wanted to be alive. War took everything away from her. It took her sanity, but in a way it gave her purpose. To kill or to be killed. To live or to die. The fact that she is so prideful, even in her deathbed, makes me want to respect her despite her being a crazy ass bitch. Viola, for your strength of character, for what was done to you, I salute you. With a seductiveness that can rival even Morrigan, mysterious and mischievous, this Crimson Dawn femme fatale is more than deserving of this position. And she's Xena from Prince of Persia: The Warrior Within. Starting off as a minor character that hints the prince on where to go next on his quest in the Island of Time, she then reveals to him that she is actually the Empress of Time herself, and she is subsequently killed by the prince, coming to the shocking realization that the sands of time are her own remains. The prince, however, resets the timeline, going back in time before she was killed, and she relives all of the events that occurred, but she is then pushed into a time portal. She is then immediately pursued by the Dahaka. On one of the endings of the game, she is ultimately saved by the prince. She has a very powerful ambience to her, but she is also a very able and strong fighter. Her allure and mysterious personality is what makes her such a great character. And on that note, let me introduce number 11. She's everyone's favorite Chinese girl, Chun-li. Now she really needs no introduction. The Interpol agent with a grudge against Bison and Shadaloo has been around since the very first Street Fighter II game, and has made quite the name for herself, as she is the other half of Capcom's poster girls. But don't be swayed by her sweet girl looks. Those thunder thighs could falcon kick you to the moon. I like Chun-li since she has never been overly sexed up by Capcom and yet has remained a good female character as she has all throughout the years. Although, for such a strong and independent female character and role model, she seems to end up being rescued by Guile, Ken or Ryu a little too often, especially in the animated movies. I mean, come on Capcom, don't tell me you're trying to make Chun-Li the Princess Peach of the fighting genre. Oh no, wait, that's Mai Shiranui's job. Fate Connors. She is a total badass. Free falling and free running, up buildings, down buildings, along buildings. There's nowhere she can't go or infiltrate. She goes toe to toe against Kevlar wearing, machine gun wielding cops by the dozens, and still she manages to either beat them up or evade them, and she does this on a daily basis. Wow. Just wow. Her hobbies and physical abilities aside, she actually comes from a very dark place. Having lost both her parents at a very young age, she and her sister were left orphans and dependent on each other. But when her sister, now a police officer, is framed for a murder she did not commit, fate goes beyond her abilities to try to free her sister and expose the corrupt politicians that were behind this cover-up job. What else is there to say? Fate's simply a unique character that deserves all the love she gets. And that's it. There's nothing else to add here. Oh, except one thing. Make Mirror's Edge 2! Number 9 is GLaDOS from Portal and Portal 2. Yeah, I know.
But Rustic, GLaDOS is a computer, not a woman.
I know GLaDOS is basically AI, but she was based on Cave Johnson's assistant, Carol. Her brain mapping schematics are all based on one individual human woman. That makes GLaDOS more human than, well, Wheatley. Besides, I just love GLaDOS's personality. Every time I play Portal, I always crack up laughing at either her insults.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy.
Her jokes.
This next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion.
Or even when she's arguing with Wheatley. Just because. Even if it's for the wrong reasons, she just makes me smile. And even if she is a psychotic murdering computer, at least she has more personality than most modern video game female characters. I'll probably get a lot of heat for this, but hey, it's my list, I do it my way. Xena, Warrior Princess. If you lived in the 90s and watched her show, then you have no excuse not to hop aboard the fan wagon. Yes, she had her own video game, and it was fun as all hell. At least according to what I remember. Now, for you uneducated Philistines out there, let me give you a crash course. Xena is on a quest to seek redemption from her past sins as a ruthless warlord by using her formidable fighting skills to help people. It probably doesn't help that the setting of both the game and the series is in ancient times of Greek mythology, one of my favorite things in the whole world. Greek mythology. This female version of Kratos is overwhelmingly skilled, and as far as I'm concerned, she is way better than Kratos could ever be. She is a master swordsman. She is known for her remarkable skill and prowess in hand-to-hand combat. She is also a formidable tactician and strategic thinker, as she used to be a general for her own army. Also, let's not forget that she is a master at using her trademark weapon, the throwing chakram. In the game, the throwing chakram works more as a guided homing weapon that is just fun to abuse the hell out of. Point being, even if she's only made one appearance in video games, a long time ago, she is still a woman for the ages. And not to mention a great role model for many and any women to look up to.